Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews, and today we'll be reviewing the Chauvet COLORband T3 BT. Now this guy can be primarily for DJs if you want it to be, but I think it's a suitable device for backlighting for YouTubers and stuff like that, and content creators, stage performers, whatever else. Not just DJs, because of its super simple system. And everything's kind of isolated within itself. We'll talk about all those specifications here in a little bit, but it's going to save you a lot of money just going and buying the Bluetooth one over the other things, because you avoid these, I don't know what all is involved with DJ lighting, but I know the equipment for lighting and stuff like that is really expensive, and then you got to program the lighting, so there's a little technical learning curve there. It doesn't look too crazy, but it just looks really tedious, but you can knock it all out with the Bluetooth, which I'm glad they've incorporated. It's for Apple and iOS devices as well. Let's go over the specifications, which are right here on the box. I want to make sure I read it perfectly for you, because if you're into this genre of lighting, DJ lighting, well, then you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not, it's just going to be like blah, blah, blah to you. But let's go. DMX channels, 3, 5, or 13. DMX connectors, 3-pin XLR. The light source is 12 LEDs, tricolor RGB, 2.5 watt, 1 amp. So basically you can tell here on the picture, and I'll show you the device here in a little bit, but you have these pieces of glass that are over each diode through here, and you've got 3 separate zones of lighting also, but we'll get into that in a little bit. The strobe rate is 0 to 25 hertz. Beam angle is 42 degrees. And I do like the degree effect of each individual light, because you can put it just a few feet from the wall, angle it towards you, and it just blends. You can change the color of your backdrop of your wall for YouTubers, and I like that, because behind me right now is just a black nothing, a void of nothing. But if you can imagine, like me being able to change this paint behind me to a glow and change it however I want, depending on what product I'm presenting, so it doesn't mesh with the back, or what shirt I'm wearing, so it doesn't mesh. It just creates this divide and pulls more attention into this area here by having something back there. So that's what I'm excited about. And coverage angle is 70 degrees total, so that's nice. Illuminance is 548 lux. Power linking, you can do 15 units, and this has a plug-in on the unit itself, so you can daisy chain all these units to it. So basically, if you had something going on in your room, for whatever reason you want to change the whole color of your walls, like the whole room a different color, you could daisy chain those all together, and we'll get into the app and what that will allow you to do. But basically, you can change the color of your whole room, and you can change that through the app. And the weight of this device is 6.6 pounds, so it's kind of pretty light and very well made. Optional controllers are the RC-6 controller. It's an IR controller. With the other devices that are not Bluetooth, that have the IR detector built into it, you can use that to change your colors and stuff too, but it's like an extra $25 to buy the remote itself. So Bluetooth, I mean, you can stay current if they change the app and stuff like that, plus it gets into some really cool features we'll look at later. Bluetooth version is 4.2. Maximum distance is 150 feet line of sight. And the size of this light itself is 39.3 inches by 2 inches by 6.2 inches, or 1000 by 51 by 157 millimeters. So there you go. I think that sums up everything, and what you get in the box is, of course, the light itself. And you get the controller with some stickers, like so. You get 2 stickers there. So here is the gorgeous light itself, and it really is gorgeous, really well made. This thing's been out since the summer of last year, but if you can find the thing, by all means, buy away. I've been a month and a half back order on this thing, so I don't know if they've just fulfilled an order, so we'll start seeing these now everywhere, but as far as I know, it's hard to get to. It may not be now, but this says it's version 2 of this, so maybe they did some revisions and something on it. But it is COLORband T3B2 is the model number, and there is, let's see here, here's where you'll daisy chain. Hopefully, to God, you can see this. Here we go. You can daisy chain through here to connect to it, here's your cable that you can pull out, your power supply, which stands, it looks like about 3.5, 4 feet long, something like that. It's a microphone here if you want to use this with music. Here's your control options here for if you're wanting to program this thing, or you just change it to the Bluetooth. It's BLE, and once you go through the menu system, you'll see BLE come in. That's Bluetooth mode. Then you'll just hit enter, and that's all you have to do with it to get it to connect. This is a safety feature here. What do they call this thing? The safety loop. But this is where a cable tie can go through if you have this mounted somewhere and something happened to the mounting. And here are your DMX in and out controls here. But yeah, basically this is kind of it in a nutshell in the back. It's not intimidating if you've never dealt with professional lighting before. I have not. It's not that intimidating. There looks like some heat ports here on the sides, but it doesn't get hot at all. Being this LED, it stays pretty cool. I had it running for a couple hours the other day just to test it out. Everything worked good. Now this is a very short cable, by the way, and I have it plugged into my wall outlet, so that's why I'm having to stand with it like this. But we can get closer together and look at the main controls of this device. The cool thing I like, though, is every time you turn it on, like if you unplug it and plug it back in, it goes back to the default, I'm assuming default Bluetooth setting on it automatic, or wherever you left it last. I think it kind of goes back to wherever you left it last at, which is great for connecting Bluetooth, because then you can just cut your surge protector on for all these lights that you're going to use and your video setups and stuff like that, and then you can just connect it right to your tablet or phone. So here we'll go through the menus, and you keep going until you see the BLE, which is what that says there. I hope you can see that. And then hit enter, and then that should be it. I ran into some issues on the app itself, which I'll try to tell you how I'll resolve that if possible. And then we'll just go over the settings, and we'll see what all you can do with it through the app. Okay, what you're going to do is download the BTAir app, BTA in big letters, and then IR in tiny letters. So, and then boom, it automatically connects once you have it connected. And there is my last light color that I had. So you can see behind me how all of a sudden, boom, it just looks a lot better. These lights are not as harsh as some of the other lights that they have. They have some with a lot more LEDs on it. It's just a LED panel all the way through. It gave off kind of like too harsh of a light, I felt, through research. But this one seems to nail the backlighting about right. See the little haze behind me. But first, let's go to the pairing page. And what you're going to want to do is it should show up in this links list here whenever you first cut it on. If it does not do that for whatever reason, I had that happen. It just would not connect for the first time with me. I had to go into the app information itself, clear the cache, clear the data, force stop the app, and then start it again, and then boom, it showed up. So once it shows up, it continues to stay linked to your Bluetooth device that you linked it to. So I don't know what's up with that. And the cool thing is you can auto group. Now there's different Bluetooth lights that they have, not just this rail light, whatever this light is called exactly, but not just this rail light. There's some round ones that they have too, and different kinds of lights that do different things. And you can hit auto group, and when you hit auto group, it will automatically group those into like devices. So you might have group 1, these guys, group 2, the little round ones, group 3, whatever kind of other Bluetooth lights they might have, or you can manually go in there and change what group settings you want. But the cool thing is you can change all the lights and do everything to that group specifically. So we'll go up into the top left, and there's, you can see your groups. You can have groups of to 8 it has on here. And since we're connected, we'll go over to the next screen, which is basically just a simple little screen that you can set up your light to do different things with. Now I have mine under the fixed mode with that at its brightest point, so we can turn that down. That's at 1. And to the naked eye, to my eye, I don't see flickering on the lowest setting, which is pretty impressive. A lot of times LEDs will flicker once you turn them down. So we'll kind of scan through there and see if you see flicker for video, because that'll be important for YouTubers, of course, and DJs, especially if they video anything. But then there we're at full brightness. So that's good to note. And you can actually do strobe with this if you want to, and you can set the strobe speed if that's your thing. And I'm not going to turn it up any faster than that. Maybe I have to put a disclaimer for seizure or something at the beginning of that. You can fade this light out. You can adjust the speed and the strobe, but we can select the colors down at the bottom if you wanted to fade from green to blue, and then we control the speed of the fade itself in which it will fade in and out of those colors. So that might be a neat little black backdrop if you want to have a slow fade from color to color or whatever. And then you just save that underneath the bottom there and it will save. You got pulse that can kind of do the same thing. If you want to see what pulse does, pulse will pulse between two different colors there. We'll adjust the speed so we can see it pulsating better. But that kind of looks like that a neon light like in a window or something like that. Somebody staying at a crummy motel and then they have that flashing neon light. So this could be used on set production and stuff as well too. So that's cool. We got, this is scroll. And so it basically just scrolls between the colors. And then here's rainbow. And so that drifts in and out of each color. And then zone chase, so we can see the zones there. So I'm going down to the 3 zones. There's 3 separate zones to this. And then you can just go straight up sound activated. Under, like, say where it wants to add you, we're under fade now, and I'm just trying to prove a point with this app. If you push the crosshairs, it shows you baseline colors to start with, but you can actually pick on the color itself and actually fine tune that whatever color you want in the spectrum, which is pretty cool. You can do that. And with the fixed part, excuse me, you can do that too. You just click on the color itself and then you can dial it in however you want and even manually control some of the red, green, blue, amber tones within that color that you picked. So that's nice. Go back there. So all in all, super simple. You got your groups, you got your light adjustment, and then on and off switch is down here at the bottom. Boom, you can cut that on and off, bottom left, and back on again. So that's nice to know. So you can just leave this plugged up. I don't know, I'm paranoid, but you could probably leave it plugged up, I guess, all the time. You just come in and switch all your Bluetooth lights on. But now let's just see it go through its motions back behind me. Okay, so now we have it back behind me, and I think it looks really good. It's about 4 feet from the wall, pointed at an angle toward the wall behind me, and let me see if you can see it. No, you can't, but it's right down there, right behind me. So what you can do is just say you like this backdrop color and it's your favorite color. You can save that, and we'll just title that video, save. Yes, so now we have this saved as a preset. And also another thing to note before I forget, whatever group you want to control, you can highlight. So the top left is the only group I have right now with anything in it. So I can turn that group on and off. With it being red and highlighted, the changes I make here will affect that group itself. So now we'll just shoot over to like this red orange color, which if you mix that color apparently with the color of the ball, you get like this purple look. We'll go down to a darker blue, and then we get a darker blue color. We'll go over up to green, and then we don't get much of an interaction but a soft looking light behind me, and that just depends on the color of your wall itself too. And it's like this burny glow back behind me, which is like an orange, back to purple, which looks pretty cool, and then back over to this teal bluish color, which looks nice. So yeah, so there you go. And you can turn it off and on here. You can change, let's just do the fade. Kind of looks neat, I guess. We can slow that speed down. So we slow that speed down and we get the 2 favorite colors. What was the other? Purple. Okay, so now it's going to fade between those 2 colors at the slowest fade speed possible, and see if that just even looks remotely interesting at all. I'm looking up into my monitor right now. It's not too terribly distracting, but I would leave it a constant because, like, if it was me making YouTube videos, because just the simple fact you don't know when you're going to do your editing and stuff like that, and to have like these jump cuts for edits, and then, you know, boom, you got these colors, boom, 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 boom. For like a live podcast or something like that, maybe, but might be too distracting. You don't want to pull from anything else. But yeah, here's rainbow. We're going through the rainbow right as we speak. It's amazing. The zone chase, way too distracting. Scroll, kind of neat. Pulse, I don't know if we've done pulse yet, but there's pulse, and then we've done faded and fixed. But yeah, it's a super simple app, a super simple process that gives you, to me, really good backlighting. And this might even be good backlighting for a very large screen that sets onto a TV mount as well, or even a projector. Say you got a home theater and you have a projector screen that comes down. You might could have this behind the stand that might go below that to if you have a short throw projection, like a laser projector or something like that on this big screen, 150-inch screen, and you've got like a foot of space between the screen and the wall. We'll just say all this stuff, what if. You could put this back here, and we could, you know, dial the temp down a little bit, and you could set a mood for watching a movie. So you could put this behind the TV, and then dial that down, set the mood. That's pretty cool. So this has been the COLORband T3 BT, which BT stands for Bluetooth. So look at their Chauvet's Bluetooth line. It should have a BT in it if you're purchasing it. And I really like it. Now, you may not have to get something as big of a light bar as this. They have other options available, like small light fixtures with LED housed inside like that with the glass over it. That really gives the good angle and a soft light. And I think it's great for backlighting for YouTube videos. It's fantastic how easy it is to use, and it beats the heck out of those IR controllers. I've had some in the past with LED strips. You know, they all interact to the same controller, so you're having to hold it really close to it. It's just a pain in the butt. This, you can save presets and save settings and save light colors and stuff like that, and you can change them on the fly. And so everything's great. It won't interact with the product that you're reviewing or the shirt that you're wearing or whatever you're talking about. You can have the backlight look nice and soft like that the farther you get it away, or you can put it, before I leave, let's put it right up against the wall and see what it looks like. And so this is right up against the wall. You can see the cast of it. I think that gives a good width of the light itself and the upcast. So if you have a seat, so if you do have a seat here, say you have at your desk, you know, that goes around, this is about a little less than a foot away from the wall. So say you do have, you know, your desk, your chair, and everything that comes around here, and you're going to speak to your webcam or whatever, how you're making videos, this can set close enough to the wall, it won't be in your way. Shoot straight up and change the color palette of this wall without interacting with you to cast a light onto you, but differentiate you between the background and while you stay lit here. So I think it's fabulous. It's a very good purchase. I like it a lot. So make sure to explode on that subscribe button and ding that bell so you get notified on the next product review that I have coming out. This one's a good one. The next one's going to be a good one too. See ya.